It's only you're as young as the woman you feel. It sounds so dirty, doesn't it? Only young as the woman they feel, boy. Go get him, girl.
Peter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. And guys, if you're listening to my podcast, we're going to talk about sugar daddies today. Sugar mommies. Anybody that is looking for the older person to, I suppose, take care of them or whatever. Is there a problem with it? Isn't there? We're going to go into that in a second. But guys, firstly, fuck you, Facebook, anyway, first of all. Fuck you. Guys, for the last week I've been disabled out of my account, and anybody that listens to my podcast, oh my god, the goddamn fucking stress of this is incredible. A year's work up in fucking smoke. A year's work up in fucking smoke. Cannot get into my account. It's been disabled. I've spent the last week and a half trying to access my account again. Cannot contact Facebook. Contact them about 5 or 6 times in a day. No email back. Nothing. Fuck you, Facebook. You absolute bunch of shitheads. Unfucking believable. So anybody that listens to my podcast, I'm having a rant. Yes, I am. But I just want you to know that a year's work down the toilet, gone. Literally gone. My account got hacked. It was down on me too. I didn't have two-step authentication active. And that's it. Job done. Can't get anybody on the fucking email. Nothing. And I can't respond to anybody else, you guys. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. I don't really know what to say. I'm kind of not in the mood for this podcast, I gotta admit. I've just been... I just hope. I just hope Facebook, after a week and a half, contact me. Please, God. Please, God. Okay. So, guys, I got a heavy heart, but we're going to go into this anyway, okay? Maybe I'll start cheering up in a few seconds. So, guys, we're going to talk about sugar daddies today. And it was funny, I did a podcast there recently on, is it cockroaching? Cockfishing? A new term in the dating world. It's fucking... I'm sorry, guys, excuse me. It's ridiculous. By the way, guys, I'm not meaning to yawn as that I'm bored. I've been up a lot of nights trying to sort this shit out and nothing. So, guys, okay, let's move on before I depress people out there. And sugar daddies. I did a podcast recently, and a lady actually asked me to comment on this. And I suppose it's an interesting topic to bring up. I don't think I've actually even spoken about sugar daddies on my social media in the last few years, to be honest with you. And, well, I suppose it's never come up, really. And sugar daddies and sugar mamas. Like, I'm just looking at Google here, guys, okay? And, like, in fact, I'm going to go now and I'm just going to switch my camera over here now so you can see what I'm seeing here, right? And it's quite incredible. I'm even just doing, like, you'll see from by the way, guys, if you're listening on audio file, well, look, obviously I'm going to talk through it as normal. But if you're watching on here on YouTube, you're seeing what I'm seeing here now. And it's quite fascinating. I just did Sugar Daddies Ireland, a Google... Sugar Daddies Ireland. Google search. And there's 3 websites in Ireland that supply this service. Like, get a load of this. So you've got sugardaddy.ie.com, you've got sugar.ie, and then you've got welovedates.com. And that's 3 fucking websites just for Ireland. Jesus, I mean, we've got what? I think is it 4.5 million people here in Ireland. we've got a small population here, and Jesus, if we've got 3 websites for this, what's it like in the UK or America or Canada now? I haven't done my research, guys, because I've got enough to go with here in Ireland. But gee, this is big fucking business. People aren't fucking around here. This obviously works. I mean, let's just even look at the first website here, guys, right? SugarDaddyIE.com. So, you know, you've got a search at the top here. You can either look for, I'm looking for a sugar baby or a daddy, or I'm a sugar daddy or a sugar baby. See, that's interesting why they don't have anything for women. I presume, I mean, there's gotta be women out there that do the same thing, right? And by the way, I'm not having to go off women, but there's got to be. And I'll tell you why I know that, because when I used to live in LA, I used to work in a place called Beverly Hills as a DJ. I'll tell you all about that in a second, and this is why I think there is. So, you can see, I mean, fucking hell, man. And there's a place for in Cork, Dublin, Galway, Kilkenny. Good God. Let's have a look at sugar.ie. Another one. Let's see what their menu about. I would imagine this is in Dublin, I would think. Yeah, it's hard to know. Hard to know. But, oh, they've got dating locations. Date now. Let's have a look. If you're a successful sugar daddy or an attractive sugar baby, you've come to the right place for a new sugar experience. I love the way they have this photo here, huh? They got a photo of a young girl and a young guy. And that's a bit weird. But anyway. Okay, so guys, let's go back. You've got... What else is there? WeLoveDates.com. Wow. So obviously they're dating apps for people that are looking to do this type of thing, but I'm blown away, guys. I gotta admit, out of all my social media of all the last few years and all the podcasts I've done on dating, etc., I never fucking noticed about sugar daddies. In all my 2 years, you know what? I don't know. Maybe somebody here is listening and you guys actually remember me talking about sugar daddies. I mean, there's so many videos I do, so, you know, give me a little bit of rope here on this one. But, wow, I can't believe this is such big business. I mean, we're going to go into an article here. Irish nurses, let me just turn the screen back to you there, guys. Look at this. Get a load of this. Broke Irish nurses turning to sugar daddies for help as surprising numbers sign up to the service. Now, this is actually written in November 2022, so we're only going back a year here. And they say here, typically the average sugar daddy is aged between 35 and 55 with an above average income, often a doctor, lawyer, or business owner. Wow, doctors are doing it? Not that it's a bad thing, but you know what I mean? You wouldn't imagine a doctor doing it. Okay, let's keep going. Meanwhile, sugar babies tend to be between 20 and 35 and above average looking. Jesus. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, there's been a sharp rise in the numbers of hard-up Irish nurses signing up for the service. Jesus, I mean, you'd think nurses don't have a problem. I mean, it's kind of like the air hostess attraction. Like, believe me, girls, any girls that are listening here, there's plenty of guys out there that love, oh, she's an air hostess, oh, she's a nurse, ooh, like, that's an attractive, very attractive career for a woman, for a man, you know? Like, we're instantly, our ears turn up, we're like paying full attention, and we want to know more about the girl. Trust me on that one. We want to know more. So, like, the nurses turning to them? Like, I've been with a couple of nurses over my lifetime here. And, like, obviously I'm not speaking for every nurse here, okay? Just in case now. I'm not speaking for every nurse. But there's quite a few nurses that, you know, and it's understandable, they're facing death every single day. Right? They're facing death. So, in a way, they just want to let their hair down. And if they're not looking for a relationship, well then, fuck it. Go have your fun with guys. You know what I mean? And of course, like I said, not every girl is, or not every nurse is like this, because obviously there's nurses out there that are perfectly relaxed in just what they're doing. They want the boyfriend, they want to settle down. All good. All good. So it's... I find that so weird. Right? Now, then again, is there a connection between doctors and the nurses, like they're saying here? So is it the doctor, let's say the guy doctor is 30, 35, 40, and then he sees the young nurse. Or is there a bit of daddy issues here involved? It's a very fascinating one. I think there's a connection here, guys, between the doctor and the nurse. Like they're saying here, okay, let's have a look. Because the cost of living is skyrocketing. I mean, nurses, surely, aren't they on good money? Now, I know that they did get a bit of a battering, didn't they, through coronavirus? You know, there was a bit of a, like, and in fairness, I'd stand up for any doctor or nurse here, especially through coronavirus. Jesus Christ. These people had such a bad, horrendous experience, working so many long hours, and, okay, let's go back to it here. And, you know, and I think there was some of them that they didn't get overtime, or they got their wages restricted. So that sucks. And quite honestly, I would stand up for them. I believe that they should be on good money, these people. They should be on very good money. You know? Because I do believe nurses and doctors, they genuinely come from a very good place. You know? They come from a place where they want to help people. Do you know? So I always would stand up for them. And like, even in the article here, guys, now look, you know, you never know, of course. Some of this could be bullshit too, thrown in, but let's just go with what they have for now. So they're saying here, more than 5,000 so-called sugar babies have signed up to the service. Jesus fucking Christ. With registrations between June and September surging by 37%. 37%? That's fucking huge, man. I mean, I presume so, okay. The girl is typing in that she's a nurse. I mean, how else would they know that it's nurses, right? And I guess I can see where girls are coming from. Like I was saying a few minutes ago, it is an attractive quality. Like the air hostess, you know? Our ears buck up instantly when we're like, oh, hello, air hostess, nurse, Jesus Christ. You know? And it's funny, actually. Do you know what's funny? We'd actually have that reaction more than a woman doctor. Isn't that weird? Do you know? That's so weird, man. Like, I would prefer... I would prefer to actually go out with a doctor or date a doctor. Do you know? Or go on a date with a doctor. I think that'd be more fascinating, more interesting. Do you know what I mean? But hey, air hostesses and nurses, it's a very attractive quality in women. But let's go back to this article here, guys. Oh, these bloody ads. Why do they always have these ads? And, okay. Now, this is a Florida headquartered site, right? Now, we're just seeing that, even though it's an Irish newspaper that's actually writing this article. So I don't know where they're getting this. But, so let's say, typically the average sugar daddy aged between 35 and 55. A doctor, lawyer, business owner, and the sugar baby tend to be 20 to 35. So, he said, an increase in members joining from Ireland has come from a variety of sectors. However, we've particularly noticed the number of healthcare workers who've joined the site has been very high. A substantial number of nurses. Okay, so one Irish nurse signed up to the dating service said her crippling financial situation left her with no choice. Jesus, man. How much are these nurses getting paid? Like, you can't just go in off the street and say, hi, I'm looking for a nurse's job. Can I sign up? Yeah, sure you can. Okay, great, lovely. You can't just do that. They have to go through training, qualifications. I honestly, I think that's scandalous, ladies and gents, that nurses aren't paid more. Or even if their wages have been cut. Oh, that fucking galls me even for them. That's crazy. Crazy. So, okay, so this girl Jane here, not her real name, but they're calling her Jane here. Dublin-based junior midwife said she was forced to sleep on a friend's couch before she was matched with a wealthy tech developer, also based in the city, who provides her with a generous monthly allowance. Right? She said joining SugarDaddy.com seemed like an unusual way of securing financial stability, but it's been a lifesaver from a source that I least expected. And she said unimaginable financial stress left her with no option. Oh man. Jesus Christ, guys. What the fuck is this? Okay, so before we actually go into like breaking it down, guys, what do we think here about this, right? One last part of this here. This is another news article I found online here on Google, and a couple of quotes to quote a 23-year-old, 25-year-old, and what they say about being a sugar... What do they call it again? Sugar girl. Sugar... whichever it is. I'm getting confused. I'm tired here, guys. Okay, so this girl, Holly, if that's her name, we don't know. It's saying it here in the article. She's 23. One Dublin-based sugar baby. Sorry, there we go. One Dublin-based baby tells me she was thrust into this by circumstance. Honestly, I was at a point in my life where it was like, I can continue to live with a bunch of random strangers in a practical slum, move back in with my parents, or do this. I work in the creative arts and my wages are paltry compared to with most of my peers. But I love my job and I wanted to continue to work in my field. I joined a few sites, but some guys were straight up offering me money in exchange for sex. That's not why I got into this. I wanted to date someone a bit older who could help support me. And to quote her, I ignore the naysayers who say it's glorified prostitution. Is it prostitution to want to be provided for? Not in my book. And Holly says anyone she told was very disapproving and couldn't differentiate between what she was doing and what an escort does. Oh, Jesus. I don't see how different it is to what our parents were doing back in the day. Okay, I don't know what she means by that. My dad is almost 15 years older than my mum, and when they got married, she gave up work and he supported her financially. Huh. Does she have a point there? No, sure. Isn't it different? Like, I see where she's going with this. The bottom line is the guy's older, 15 years older. She gives up work. But don't a lot of women do that anyway? You know, isn't the man... I'm not saying every couple, by the way, but, you know, in these scenarios, isn't the man should go out and provide for the family and they get married and the woman supports her? So I'm not going to agree with her fully 100% on that one here now. I gotta admit. I wouldn't be comparing the older school days to this. You know, I mean, what was Sugar Daddy and Sugar Baby around like 50, 60 years ago? Probably, I suppose, in some way, shape, or form, I guess. And I don't know, maybe she's right, maybe it is this, but I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a tough one to crack, I think, here. Okay, so she says, I'm dating an older guy, and although it's not formal daddy-baby arrangement, he supports me financially. I'm studying a 2-year thought masters, something I definitely couldn't afford before I met him. It's like any other dating app or site, there are good and bad eggs. I met mine offline, but I would say ignore the naysayers, and okay. Alright, do you know, I think we've got enough to go with here for a minute. See, where do you break this down? How do you break this down? Do you know what I mean? Like... Hang on, guys. Let me just get my... I'm sorry, guys, if you're watching me here now on YouTube. I'm just getting this sorted. Okay, and 1. There we go. Alright, so guys, we're back to normal screen here. Alright, let's break this down. So, this girl here... What was her name? Sarah or Holly, was it? So, Holly was saying that it's no different to back when her parents... Around her parents' time. So... Coming from a man's point of view, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're a businessman, you're this, you're that, whatever the fuck. Right? Like, I can see that a man, let's say... Oh god, it's a tough one to know. Like, I could No, without a shadow of a doubt, for me, okay, coming from a man's point of view, and I'm being very open and honest here, guys, and you know I always am. If I was a 60-year-old man, 65-year-old man, and if I always wanted to meet the woman of my dreams, or hopefully meet the woman of my dreams at least, but it never worked out. Okay? It never worked out. Or I was divorced, or, you know, something, but I'm pushing on here, right, at 60, 65. You know, and all of a sudden I got a chance to get a sugar girl. Is it, what do you call them again? Sugar... Jesus, I forgot it. Sugar baby, right? Would I rule it out? You know, guys, I don't know if I would do it or not, but I tell you this. I'm not 60, 65 here. But I tell you this, if I would love to meet the woman of my dreams, and I'm saying this right here, 100,000 trillion%, I would love to meet the woman of my dreams, okay? And hopefully I do. But if I never did, would I actually sign up for one of these? I wouldn't rule it out. I gotta admit, I wouldn't rule it out. Now, again, you see, depending on what do you mean by sugar daddy, sugar... What do they call it? Sugar daddy, sugar baby. Like, I mean, you see, from a man's point of view, okay, you're over the hill, your balls are dropped to the fucking floor, you're wrinkled up as fuck, right? You know, you gotta get up 3 times in a night to take a piss. All right, like you're falling to pieces here. Okay, what do? You can't. You don't have anything left. You know, you could be very lonely. And I'm painting a bad picture here now. All right, guys. So you know, let's just say it is though. I wouldn't blame any man out there doing it. Fuck it. Put a bit of life back into you. Put a steam in a man's stride. You know what I mean? Put some steam in a man's stride. Waking up, he's got a bit of a chirpy face on him. He's got the younger girl. What do they say? It's only you're as young as the woman you feel. It sounds so dirty, doesn't it? Only young as the woman they feel, boy. Go get him, girl. But okay, no, seriously, all the fucking around here aside. Maybe it is a good thing. Like, guys, I've been in Thailand now, right? Okay, and I'm not into Asian girls, but back in my day when I was in my 20s, I mean, fucking hell, I know that going to Thailand, it was the place, because you remember the Leonardo DiCaprio movie, The Beach, and there was huge fucking hype about Thailand, and I was there 3 times. It was unreal, guys. I went there for the parties, the tourists, and there's a couple of Asian girls that were attractive. They didn't float my boat, but I did know guys that have gone to Thailand in the past, and they still go to this day, no matter what age. They can be in their 20s, they can be up to 80 years of age, right? They like the Asian girls, and you see the older guys, nothing wrong, never judge them, didn't give a fuck, but do what you gotta do, man. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you fucking happy, you know? And even to this day, you know, you get an 80-year-old guy over there. And even in my 20-year-old me, or me now, I still wouldn't judge the guy. He's got a nice girl. And, you know, those Thai girls, they're very loyal. They're genuine. Right? What's wrong with it? Absolutely fucking nothing. I mean, what's worse? You know? Like, there's one thing I could say here as a man, right? If you're going into the sugar daddy business here. Okay. Peter's 65, right? And guys, by the way, guys, when I paint out this scenario here, it doesn't mean that I'm actually going to be going for this, but I'm just going to put myself in the scenario that Peter's going to go for it, right? I'm going to walk through this. Peter's 65. Balls are dropped. Fucking has to get up 3 times in a night, take a piss. I can't walk. I'm fucking falling to pieces. And all of a sudden, I meet this 40-year-old girl, 35, 40-year-old girl. She's up for it. It's obvious that, you know, it's going to have to be a fucking paid arrangement job, that, you know, you give her some money. She's your girlfriend, but you gotta look after her. Now, when I'm talking hooker here, absolutely not. 0. But you see, do you know, is there a fucking difference? Is it a glorified way of saying that your girl is a hooker? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, okay, look, you're getting a hooker, you're giving it direct. Okay, hey, how much are you for 1 hour? There you go, there's money. And then you do it, and you don't spend time with each other. But the sugar daddy and sugar baby, you're getting something out of this for yourself. So, like, you're with the girl, and you know what I do actually like about it? Like, as long as you're clear, open, and direct with the whole scenario. Like, if I was 65 and I met this 40-year-old girl, or whatever age she is, and there was a direct, okay, I'm going to look after you, honey, and we're going to live with each other, we're going to be with each other, this and that, blah, 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 and she 100% flat out agrees, well then what's the fucking problem? Everybody knows exactly what they're signing up for in the first place. I mean, Lord knows how many girls out there that they don't go with the older guy, the sugar daddy label, but they're with guys for just money and financial security anyway, and they're the same age. Is there a fucking difference? What is the difference? Do you know what I mean? What is the difference? At least with a sugar daddy or a sugar baby, you can be clear cut direct. You can tell them exactly, okay, well listen, look, I'll give you this much a month. In fact, the more I'm talking this through, I think it's actually not a bad fucking idea. Maybe I'm looking at this like a business here, which is maybe not a good thing. But at least, like, I know that from my own business, guys. As long as it's clear cut, you know what you're getting, you know what you're in for. Everything goes a lot smoother. Okay, would I be happy now if the 40-year-old lady is going off and she wants to bang other men? Well, Jesus, that again, that's in your, I suppose in your talk, right? Do you know what I mean? Or is it what am I trying to say? Like an unwritten rule? Do you not talk about it? Do is it just sort of, you just naturally fall into this sort of, I'll look after you, honey? Or the guy says it and you don't talk about the rest of the stuff? Personally, I think if you're going to do this, you gotta have a bit of a chat, right? Like, I wouldn't like, if I was 65 years of age, I'm not going to like my girl going off having sex with other guys. Now, if I'm 65 years of age, would I be thinking different? Maybe. I don't know. I'll let you know if I get to 60, touch wood if I live to 65, guys. I'll let you know. Yeah. And, I gotta admit, even as a man, if you are around the younger girl, again, it depends on what the age is, but you're gonna feel younger yourself. Now, then there's the other one. Depending on the age gap here now, like, if you were like a 50-year-old man, I'm just throwing out any random example here now, guys, right? So bear with me. If you were like a 50-year-old man with a 25-year-old girl, well, depending on the life experience of the girl or guy, are you really going to be able to talk to the person properly? Do you know? Like, if you're 65 and you don't want to be going out with a 20-year-old, not at all, or mid-20s, sorry, whatever it is, okay? They'll want to be out partying anyway. But hey, who am I to judge? Who am I to fucking judge? And, I remember I was saying, guys, a while ago, I've got some experience here, and I got a story to tell you here from LA when I was DJing in this place called Nick's Martini, Beverly Hills. So, like, I don't see the problem here. I just don't see the fucking problem. Lord knows how many marriages end up in fucking divorce anyway. Like, and I'm sorry, guys, I know plenty of people that are married, and I know plenty of them that they didn't meet the love of their life. Right? Give me a fucking break. Okay? And I'm not speaking about every marriage here, by the way. I'm just speaking of quite a few married people I know. They didn't settle down because the number one reason is because this is the love of my life. I've never met, she's my soulmate, he's my soulmate. Give me a fucking, go fuck off. Give me a break. What a load of bollocks that is. Seriously, load of horseshit. I definitely believe in it, but every single marriage, like everyone who's got married has got that lucky? Bullshit. And how many divorces are there? A lot of people settle down for just to settle down. They do it for the wrong reasons. But hey, you know what? I'm not judging them, but I'm just going to call bullshit on if anybody ever says, oh, people get married because they meet their soulmate. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. You're talking total horse shit here, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? Give me a break. Give me a break. And, okay, let's turn this around. Let's turn this around on the woman. I personally wouldn't see a problem with a woman hooking up with a younger guy, giving him money. And in fact, here comes my story here, ladies and gentlemen. And I used to DJ in LA, a place called Nick's Martini, just in Beverly Hills. It was just off Rodeo Drive, the main famous street, okay? And we used to DJ there every Thursday night. It was a restaurant, cocktail bar / restaurant. So I was playing like chill, ultra chill music. And I'd go in there for a Thursday night for 3 hours set, and I'm out of there at 11 o'clock. I mean, it was the perfect fucking job. 3 hours work from, what was it? So I was out at 11, so it was at 10:09. Yes, I'd start at 8 to 11. At the end of the night, like, it was kind of a weird scenario where the security wouldn't really talk to the DJ. You just do your thing, and at the end of the night, though, they'd rock up to you. Brown envelope. There you go, sir. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next Thursday night. Done. You get paid instantly. And that was it. But Nick's Martini was known. In fact, I don't know if it still is. Probably still is known. Nick's Martini was known for a lot of the rich divorced women that would go in there and find a younger guy. Now, I didn't know about this until I actually started DJing there. And Lord knows, if I was into the older woman like that, I wouldn't have gone DJing. I would have fucking just gone in there. Christ alive. Because the place is easy access from Beverly Hills. It's so easy to get there. And all you gotta do, sit at the bar on a Thursday night. And I think it was Thursday and Saturday nights were the main nights apparently for to pick up an older woman. But like, you could see a mid-20s-year-old guy sitting at the bar, all of a sudden chatting away to a mid-40s woman who's divorced, loads of money in the bank account, probably divorced to a producer or director in Hollywood. Like, I'm not joking you here. That's where they all are. That's the lion's den of the entertainment business, movie business in LA, Beverly Hills. So there was plenty of them, and I do remember there was some couple of nights now where I was in there, and I did meet this one lady, alright, got her number, we hooked up for a few times, but I certainly wasn't looking for any money off her, absolutely not, but she was hot, like really hot, and believe me, some of these girls are like just off the charts gorgeous in their mid-40s, unbelievable, like unbelievable. But then, like, you'd see literally the 20-year-old dude, 25-year-old dude rocking in and walking out with a 50-year-old. And you know what? Who gives a fuck? The woman feels younger. The guy's getting some pocket money, right? How bad? How fucking bad? It was unreal. It was unreal. And in fact, I didn't get much attention when I was DJing, because I was probably too fucking old. I think I was like, what, 20? I think I was 27 at the time. That's still young enough. But for these women, I think I was actually too old. But anyway. So, like, who are we any to judge? Who are we to judge? Who gives a fuck? I don't see it as a problem. I really don't. I really, truly don't. Let's close this off, guys. We've gone on for half an hour about this. Holy shit. You know, in closing, sugar daddies, sugar mommies, sugar babies, as long as you're over 18, okay, you're in the legal age bracket, who gives a fuck? And more importantly, who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks? And here's the thing, guys, and I said this in a podcast before, if somebody is actually judging you, it's because they're judging themselves based on this weird fucking standard that they've put in their head. And the bar is so goddamn low. And like, remember this, guys, if you do want a sugar daddy or a sugar baby or whatever the fuck you call it, either which way, okay? If you're afraid of being judged, do you really think that the people that are judging you are sitting up at night in cold sweats, waking up from a nightmare, thinking of you and the younger girl or the younger guy, and screaming out your name, Peter, what the fuck are you doing? And they can't get back to sleep? Like, do you think that they're bothered by it that much? Like, go that far. Do you think that it actually keeps them up at night? It does, and it's fucking shit. Now, if you're a young 20-year-old girl or guy and your parents find out about it, well, okay, maybe they'll fucking have a couple of sleepless nights. But again, that's a maybe, right? You don't know. But I could see why a parent could actually have a sleepless night. Like, oh my god, what's Peter doing? Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Oh my god, he's using her for money. He's fucking this. Is he having sex with her? Oh my god, is he fucking her over? And Jesus, she's almost as old as me. You know, like I could see that from a parent, 100%. But if it's not your parent, who gives a fiddler's fuck? And if anybody ever judges you, if you're going to do this, guys, ask them, hey, John, I can see that you're trying to give me a bit of a lecture here, right? Or hey, Mary, or whoever, whatever, man or woman, someone's giving you a lecture. Hey, do you know, dude, do you have sleepless nights over this? No. And they're probably going to even give a little smirk, like, yeah, as if I do, Peter, you know? Oh, really? You don't? Okay. Has it delayed you going to sleep at any time? No. Well, go fuck off then. Worry about your own shit. I'll worry about my own shit. And we'll all be happy. Very simple. And actually, guys, this is the last thing I'll say. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the people that are judging you, they're actually not judging you. They secretly envy you. And that's why they don't want you to have the person. It's because they want to be in the situation themselves. So if they go off and, quote, judge you to people, hopefully that gets you to dump the other person what they want. And therefore, well, if I can't have it, Peter can't. So fuck them. Anyway, guys, that's Sugar Daddy, Sugar Baby, and Sugar Mama. We can't forget the Sugar Mamas, because look, hey, I wouldn't judge anybody, whatever they want to do. Man or woman. Go get them, tigers. Go get them. Talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Peter.
Walsh.